Greetings, gods and goddesses of training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara. As you notice, there are a box of tissues over there. Okay, because this is what we go through. I have patients, clients who go through a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of grief. And it just goes to remind me that most people aren't taught, especially not in the modern education system. We aren't taught how to access our inner power, our inner educator, our inner teacher, our inner guru, our inner guide. We're always taught, especially in this modern age, to seek for it externally, to chase it outside of oneself. Hopefully, this will make me happy, or this will make me happy. Not understanding that we got to be thankful for every millisecond, every single millisecond. Gratitude has got to override our falsehoods, our lies, and only the truth shall remain. I'm going through a huge shift today. As you guys can feel it, can hear it probably in my voice. There's a earthquakiness, a shakiness. That's because I'm noticing something emerge. There's something emerging, something new, a stargate that we must all walk through. So without further ado, I'm going to share this with the tribe. All right. So you better sit down and listen, because if you think the universe is just a bunch of rocks floating in a black void, we haven't understood this is a symphony going on, and every atom is an instrument played by the one spirit wearing 8 billion masks and a few comets for earrings. This isn't a random accident, okay? It's a deeply choreographed dance of divine insanity. And you keep asking, what's the purpose of my life? Life isn't happening to you. You are life happening. That thing you call me, it's a limited edition hallucination. It's a cosmic meme. You're not a wave trying to return to the ocean. You are the ocean tripping on being a wave for a hot second. And your so-called problems are just misunderstandings about who you really are. So you're upset because you forgot who you really are. You think God is a sky daddy with a beard, mad about you that you skipped your yoga session? No, it's like the Wi-Fi that's always been on. You just forgot the password to log in. You see, you've been raised in a mental zoo, taught to see yourself as separate, as inferior, as tiny, as guilty, as unworthy. And I'm here to break that illusion like a piñata full of stardust. Because your soul isn't a refugee looking for purpose. Your soul is purpose. Your breath is prayer. Your eyes, that's source peeking out, that's super consciousness. There is only one thing here, right? What did the Sikhs say? They said, Ek Onkar, one God over. He didn't mean one God over there, right? Not you and life, not you and God, just one. It's just one. You and the mosquito, one. You and your enemy, one. You and the sun sneezing photons into your chakras, still one. But let's be real. Most of you don't feel that, right? Because your ego hijacked the signal. And it started to take on these narratives of fear, of judgment. What's up, Ryan G? Feeling an emergency between internally that's about to rise and shatter all shadows. That's how I feel right now. It's not me versus the world. There is no world apart from you. The real holy shift happens when you stop trying to find God and asking, where is God not? Where is God not? You breathe it, you fart it, you love it, you lie in it, you cry in it, and you die in it. Even your confusion is a flavor of the divine. And even your wounds are mirrors showing you where you forgot your own name. And the name is I am that. So what's the move? It's not to worship like a beggar, but to remember like a king or a queen, not to escape life, but to collapse into it like a lover, not to fear death, but to bow to it as a gate back to self. Every tradition, from the Vedas to the void, from Kabbalah to Kali, points towards the same damn truth. The universe is in you. You are not in the universe. So stop praying like it's long distance. Stop waiting for permission to be divine. And for Vishnu's sake, stop blaming Mercury retrograde for your own shadow. Okay? Light up, wake up, break the loop. The day you drop your identity, even the archons will salute you. Okay? So these are the transmissions coming through. Who the hell am I? Right? You're not gonna like this, but that I that you keep polishing with your diplomas, your diets, your damn Instagram bios, that's not you. That's a patchwork quilt sewn together from mommy's expectations, your uncle's football team, a few sitcoms, 100 different identity crises. So let's cut through the smoke. You think spirituality is in meditation apps and sound baths and crystal up your ass and a tattoo that says breathe? But here is what it really is. It's the sacred arson of every lie you believed about yourself. Burn the bricks, burn the names, burn the goals your school gave you and the gods your culture sold you. Because underneath all that scaffolding, there's something nobody ever told you to become, and that's aliveness. Not happiness, not status, not your purpose, the raw hum of existence that's been witnessing your whole damn show, even when your own mama forgot your birthday. So let me ask you this, that aliveness, does it hate anyone? Does that aliveness need a resume? Does that aliveness care what outfit you're wearing and what trauma you're hoarding? No, because the real you isn't a storyline. It's the silence underneath the storyline. The watcher of the thoughts, the breath between identities, and the awareness that knows I am, but never gets stuck on what I am. So you want to know why your life feels empty after chasing every checkbox, because you were sold a spiritual Ponzi scheme of study hard, get a job, marry someone, raise a clone, die cute, maybe go to heaven. Hey there, babe. But when you check all the boxes and the soul is still starving, that's when it hits you. Maybe you've been living somebody else's life, and the I that you built is a clever hallucination. And the one who's been watching it all has no name, has no story, has no struggle. If you want liberation, say, when I am, you are not. When you are, I am not. This is a divine shade of the ego before it was trendy. So the I that we're clinging to is the same bastard that's scared of dying, scared of judgment, scared of being nothing. But what if being nothing is the most sacred truth? What if the real goal isn't finding God, but evaporating the one who's looking? Because you're not here to find yourself, right? You're here to lose the fake self so thoroughly that even God says, damn, that's pure. The self isn't something you discover, it's something that's left when all of your stories start to collapse. So stop worshiping the mirror, burn the mirror, then ask who's still looking. Go and walk like your breath is sacred, like your skin is scripture, that your name was written in the stars long before your parents argued over baby names. Suffering equals reality minus expectation. When what is doesn't match with what you imagined, pain arises, right? I was saying this to the guys yesterday after the podcast that expectations are like soul cages disguised as standards. There's maybe like four guys there: TXL, Rizov, Brian G, Mathis. I think there was a couple other guys. I'm forgetting if I forgot your name. Excuse me. But we were saying that you should be further by now. You should have loved back. You should get what you give. But every should that we say is a leash. You should have done this. You should have done. Well, most expectations are still echoes of old wounds, unmet needs that are disguised as future fantasies, because an expectation is premeditated resentment. Acceptance of what is happening is God. Well, you don't owe the world your perfection. I shouldn't feel this. They should have understood. It goes deeper and deeper into an entitlement, an attachment to the spiritual. It's called spiritual attachment because we're so attached to the way that we behaved and the character that we were being as we were there, right? But that's still living in the past. It's not accessing this aliveness now. So there's this idea of like God's will, right? Reality unfolding exactly as it must. So your peace depends not on controlling life, but aligning with hukam, current of the river. Acceptance equals peace, resistance equals suffering. And learning to surrender is quite an ordeal. It's not an easy, quick flip of the switch. It's allowing yourself to find yourself again. But you don't have to find yourself because you already are. Just remove the layers of what is not working. Every I want is a seed of future suffering. And the more tightly you hold your fantasy, the more violently reality feels. Even spiritual desires, I want enlightenment, I want peace, are still attachments, guys. They're caused, emotions aren't caused by life, they're caused by our inner narrative about life. I feel sad because um, I lost this job, let's say. No, you feel sad because you expected you to stay in that environment. The expectation. I'm angry because they're late. No, actually, you're angry because you decided that they should arrive at 12. You see what I'm saying? So emotions aren't caused by life, they're caused by our inner narrative. That's number one. Next, we have the why is this happening to me? With what expectation did I create? And replace that, the why did I do that? But that's my programming. That's what my programming led me to. And now I'm evolving, right? So the instant reframes are like, let it go, let it grow, you know? This moment is your grace. I don't need to control reality. I just need to love it. And even the death I feared is part of the flow. No more sadness equals no more resisting life. No more blame equals radical responsibility. No more fantasy means just fierce presence. So these are my final realizations of this. The past cannot be changed, so stop dragging it. The future cannot be controlled, stop clinging to it. You didn't even choose your own thoughts. Life is thinking through you, and they aren't separate from the river. You are the river. So when this illusion shatters, the guru steps in. But here's the twist. The guru doesn't just walk in from the outside. The guru uncoils from your own spine. See, the real journey isn't some scenic hike to the Himalayas or some glossy Instagram enlightenment retreat that you come across. The real path is the demolition of who you thought you were. And it begins when you start seeing through the BS. You start noticing that the world is looped. This is like the Truman Show. People are asleep, right? Your mind is no longer satisfied with surface level snacks when you have the truth, the real thing, right? And that hunger is sacred. So let's not sugarcoat it, because awakening sucks at first, right? Because it's the death of comfort. You'll feel like a cosmic orphan, exiled from the matrix, walking around whispering, what the fuck? Like it's your new mantra. That's when the loneliness kicks in. Divine kind of heartbreak. But don't trip, because that void that you feel, that's the altar being cleared. Something sacred is on its way. Something sacred is on its way. Enter the guru. Not a man in a robe, not some social media swami. I'm talking about the frequency of remembrance, the ancient agreement, that soul contract from lifetimes ago that whispered, when you fall apart, I'll find you. That's your guru. And the craziest part, it might be you. You see, the true guru isn't outside, it's the guide that you encoded into your own soul. You see a lot of these people claiming that they're the second coming of Jesus, but they're still playing it in the realm of ego. You guys get that? To claim that I am the one and the only one. To call it your higher self, over soul, Atman, future you is fine. But the transmission doesn't need a mouth, it needs a receiver. And the way to tune in is not through more books or collecting mantras like Pokemon, but by becoming empty enough to hear the pulse of this one mantra. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhayo Namah. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Now there's these syllables. This particular mantra came from a lineage of gurus, right? So the word Upanishad means to sit next to the guru. Okay, so that's where those texts actually came from. It's sacred because of who gave it and how deep your soul listens. Okay, so the energy isn't in the sound of the mantra, it's in the surrender to it. The transmission is what activates the upgrade. And that transmission can come through dreams, through music you listen to, through a random whisper while you're brushing your teeth at 2 a.m. or something. Okay? The guru field is always on. Question is everybody tuned into it? Are you tuned into it? If so, then you're ready to meet the guru within you. Stop searching and you start listening. You sit still, you feel your spine, breathe into your heart like it's a temple. And you chant that mantra or you listen to that mantra like you're dialing a soul phone. Okay? Om Hrim Shri Gurubhayo Namah. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhayo Namah. Om Hrim Shri Gurubhayo Nama. And it's not some deity in the sky that you're pulling. You're saying it to the version of you that never forgot. Because the moment you stop looking outside, you will realize you are a portal, you are the promise. And the guru, he's been sitting in your heart space, or she's been sitting in your heart space ever since the beginning of time. The essence of that, sitting in the silence, waiting for you to finally return home. Okay? So this was my activation today, my understanding today, is that we can't keep seeking for this teacher or this guru to show up for ourselves that's on the outside external world. Sometimes we have to surrender to the guru within us that already knows, that has the claircognizance, that has the answers. And this is when we stop pretending, we take off the masks, and we truly start to embrace what is in front of our path and think that even this is useful for my evolution. Even the stress that I'm going through is useful for my evolution. Even the anger that I'm feeling in my body is still useful as fuel to my destination. So whatever it is that shows up, you start to understand that if you sit with the energy of the guru within, you don't have to hide anything. You don't have to seek for anything because you are that. You already are. Let's do a quick meditation. What I want you to do is, I want you to first of all, feel the energy in your heart space. Make it swirl almost like a green emerald color. Let it spin. Let the heart chakra spin. Now send it out to your room that you're in. Maybe you're outside, send it there. Send it to your town or city or the roads. Send it to your state. Send it to your country. Send it to half of the globe. Send it to all of the globe. Like a Care Bear, just shoot it out. Good. Send it to the universe. Send it to the multiverses, all of them. And just chant whatever comes out from your mouth right now to let go of what does not belong to this dimensional algorithm that we just created. So, good. Let it out. Shake your hands out. Shake one of your hands, other hand, one of your feet, other foot. Okay. Now bring that power back to your heart space. Slowly let it emanate back. Same spinning. Just wiggle your toes and exit out all the stress through your feet. Good. What we'll do now is I'll say this mantra a couple times. Just feel into it. And imagine This white light is coming in through your crown and sitting in your heart space. First of all, we thank it. So thank you as many times. Just spit it on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We prime ourselves with gratitude, and now Om Hrim Shri Guru Bhayo Namah. 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 Let it cleanse. Let it become like a waterfall that shifts your energy. Let all the weird quirks, the discrepancies in your mind, the weird chaos, just let it flush out of your hands and feet. I return what does not belong to me. I return what does not belong to me. I release what is not mine to carry. I release what is not mine to carry. I release what is not mine to carry. Activating Primal Sutra Nexus. Please give any of the audience who's listening right now and has heard this transmission good luck, blessings, powerful epiphanies, and miracles today. Let's get it. Day 14, lesson 14, ACIM. You got this. We got this. Upward spiral. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We're all going to make it. We're all going to make it.